Welcome to my psychological experiment. Subject A. Avoidant male. Age unknown. Behavior unpredictable. I hope this guy is not coming back to my life. Hi everyone, today's video is about a mysterious avoidant date. Well, I think it's rather like a case study than a story. This guy is literally a man version of the push and pull door. He showed his interest, he vanished, he came back. So typical, and I decided to put his story into today's video. Here's a quick background of how we met. He's actually a friend of my friend, and we met 9 years ago. So my friend told me that he's a nice guy, he's so gentle. Maybe you should meet because you two seems to share the same interests and the same taste of the song. So that was the beginning of how we met. It didn't develop anything by then because he came to my city just for work and it was not that frequent. It was not until maybe 5 or 6 years later that we started to talk more. My initial impression for this man was like he was nice, but a bit cold, even as a friend. We all have friends, right? When you try to just gossip a little bit, you won't disappear. But this man, he would just disappear. As this story is so long and so tedious, I'm going to break this down into 3 chapters, helping us to know more about avoidant mechanism. He would show signs of liking you, such as, oh, let's go to that restaurant one day, you must like it. But then, there's no invitation, no next step, just keep you waiting for that next initiative. Conversations are always nice, friendly, gentle, soft, until you push for plans. You might ask, oh, then let's go to the restaurant, sounds great, how about next Saturday? And then probably you would just get a message telling you that, I'm not sure, I might be busy at work, I might have a meeting, let me check my agenda and then I'll come back to you. If this kind of situation happened once, that's very normal. But if it keeps happening, if he keeps telling you that he's busy and there's no plan, no next steps, then you will start to decode what he's thinking. That is the start to self-doubt, to believe that, oh, maybe he's really busy, maybe I'm too needy, maybe I want more. This is a typical, is he into me or just being polite or just being busy stage. It's so common and so typical. And in my situation, it actually lasted for almost 2 years. I'm a poetic person. I don't really like waiting for an answer. And also my friend told me that he really likes you. Maybe you should give him a try. That is the reason why I push him into the second stage. The second stage is the worst one. Or, I don't know, maybe also the best one. Because it's the stage with chemistry, confusion, and mixed signals. The dates went on so well. Maybe a bit too well. Good vibes. So relaxed. Good chemistry. You had the same taste on everything. Almost everything. It's like, oh my god, finally, you found that one. That right person. Like I mentioned before, this is also the stage that you might have confusion and mixed signals. Examples are like, he might ask you out, but gets nervous and vague immediately because he thought that you might not like these kind of activities. Or he tells you that he misses you a lot, but he was scared to bother you, so he didn't test. Or if you want to celebrate a birthday, either your birthday or his birthday together, he might say, oh, I'm not sure, I might have other things to do. Or he will show you to all of his friends, but still no certain definition on the status of you two. All of this will just give you confusion and mixed signals. It's like, oh, this man is so vulnerable. I would like to, give him more love, more care, and maybe you would try to be more considerable when he say, I'm scared to bother you. That was why I didn't test. That makes you want to give him more. This is also the stage where I notice micro-reactions, such as micro-facial expressions. Maybe one moment he was still quite happy, but the next moment he shuts down totally. It's like he was nowhere. It was really hard to understand. Is this man really happy? Or is he just pretending to be happy? Other micro-reactions are like changing the tones, shutting down the conversation, avoid to tell you what he thinks. It's like you are looking at this man through a glass or through a mask. That is when we are coming to stage 3. In this stage, with all the confusions and mixed signals, you might try to push harder, bring it further. But that is the moment when he pulls back. In my example, as we knew each other for 9 years, I was so sure that he must be a nice guy. He must be maybe the good one. So I suggested that I could arrange more time to spend with him. Are you okay with that? And he told me, yeah, let's do it. When I started to really get this thing going, like trying to look for more mobility to go to his city, and he started to get cold. That leads to his final confession. He told me that he wanted to try with another girl who's married, but we can still keep the connection as you want. No, bro, what are you thinking about? After a few months, he came back. He wanted to know about my updates, about my recent life. But no, bro, you're already out of my life. He's still playing the push and pull, come back and vanish game. I really want to ask him, what do you want? Just tell me what you want. Of course, I didn't do it. But him, this guy, really gets me on my nerve. So I took maybe 2 months' time to read this pile of books. Try to know more about avoidant attachment. And let's break it down. Here's the thing about avoidant tendencies. It's not that the person doesn't like you. It's the closeness actually overwhelms them. People with avoidant tendencies usually live in this weird contradiction. They want connection, but the moment it feels real, the nervous system hits the brakes. They panic when they feel depended on, or when they might have to depend on someone else. They feel safest when emotions stay light, controlled, and predictable. To them, intimacy can feel like losing personal freedom. And when they start caring more than they expected, that's often when they pull back. Their internal cycle is very predictable. First, they move closer because they generally feel drawn to you. Then, they feel vulnerable, and that triggers their alarm system, so they retreat to regain control. After a while, they miss the connection, and they come back. And then the whole cycle repeats. None of this is personal. It's just a survival system running the show. A system that says, connection is dangerous, independence is safety. We didn't cause it. We simply activated the part of them that wants love and fears it at the same time. After reflections and reading through all these books, I finally got to the point that his behavior wasn't about me. It was just about his nervous system panicking. It helped me to identify the parts of the dynamics that would trigger my insecurities. It also helped me to identify what kind of relationships I want to break and what kind of relationships I want to keep. Before the end of the video, here are some takeaways for people who are in similar situations. How to recognize avoidant behavior. Avoidant behavior often looks like this. One moment, distant the next. Their emotional intensity flips like a switch. You feel this great connection, but the relationship doesn't really progress. Conversations get intimate, but plans stay vague. They overthink closeness and under-communicate feelings. They want intimacy, but the moment it feels too much, they step back. They are hyper-independent. They avoid relying on you or being relied on. After emotionally close moments, replies slow down because closeness fires up their internal alarms. And small conflicts? They don't talk them out. They withdraw to reset. Avoidant behavior is mainly about protecting themselves from vulnerability. Then, how to deal with someone with avoidant tendencies? First, don't take the distance personally. It's not rejection, it's their coping mechanism. Second, set calm, clear boundaries. Avoidance respond better to steadiness than emotional pressure. Third, keep your own pace. If they slow down, don't accelerate. Match their tempo, but don't abandon your needs. Fourth, Keep communication simple and grounded. Don't play games on hints. Just clear, honest statements. 5th, notice when the pattern is harming you. If the hot and cold cycle starts affecting your self-growth, that's a sign not to try harder, but to protect yourself. And finally, secure behavior attracts secure behavior. Choose what keeps your nervous system calm, not what keeps you guessing. Dating an avoidant isn't impossible. However, it does require clarity, self-respect, and the reminder that you deserve more than bad crumbs. Finally, we are coming to the end of this long story. It's getting dark already. I hope this guy is not coming back to my life. I don't want to meet someone who only has half glass of water. I want someone who has a full glass of water, alright? If you are dating someone who is in a similar pattern, tell me in the comment below. That's the end of today's video. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.